We are live. Okay, excellent. Hi, welcome to Technique and Tactics Thursday. I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Jessica Stolte Bender. I am a voice technician and transformational vocal coach under the umbrella company of JSB Voice Incorporated. And there's a bunch of different things that I do, and whatever is not important right now. What I want to talk to you guys about today is the Access Vocal Method. So, I'm in the process of trademarking it. Please don't steal it. I worked really hard on this. It's my brainchild. Anyway, so the Access Vocal Method actually is I keep wanting to call it an anagram, and it's not an anagram. It's the one where each letter begins the meaning of each of the letters in the word. Anyway, first letter A is for awareness. Be good if I knew and was aware of what the right word is for what it is when each letter spells something and gives greater meaning to the overall word itself. But here we are, and we're live, and so we're doing it anyway. So awareness. When we think about awareness, there's so many different connotations we can put into that. And for my particular process and my particular methodology, I want to keep it to three different aspects of your being: your body, your mind, and your spirit, and how all of those are connected and constantly changing the way that your voice changes and constantly changing the voice itself. So the first part of it obviously is your body, because that's kind of the easiest way to get into discussing voice work in general. Your voice is a physical thing inside your body, your larynx. It produces the sound that becomes your voice. What comes out of you is your voice. So I want to be clear that when we talk about access and awareness, we want to be aware of our physicality, things that are good, things that are not working, all of that. We want to be aware of tensions, physical tensions in the torso, anywhere really in the body can affect the voice. But the biggest ones are basically from the shoulders through here. So we have the shoulders, the neck, the jaw, and the tongue, because the tongue at its root is very, very close to and kind of tied in with the epiglottis and the larynx itself. So when we become aware of our body, there's several different ways to look at that. Are we moving our body in a way that is helpful or not helpful? Are we counting with our fingers? Are we snapping? Are we tapping our leg? In a performance setting, this is not good. When you're learning and you want to keep, tempo, then that's fine. But it's an awareness thing, because so many times we don't know what's happening with our body as we're using it. Like mind-blowing to me. So the awareness of the body, the awareness of the structures of the body, the awareness of the structures of the vocal apparatus, the larynx itself, the breath mechanism, the resonating mechanism, the articulator, all of these things, they are a huge part of what you need to be aware of, all the mechanics of making a sound. However, awareness can only give us so much, right? Once we become aware, we have to do the knowledge seeking and the educational aspect of what exactly it is that we need to change in order to improve the voice. So that's the body. Then we get a little bit more tricky when we start talking about our psyche, the way our mind works, either for us or against us, or both at times. I mean, let's be honest, right? This is the truth. We get in our own way so much as singers, as speakers, as anyone who is willing to put their voice out there to be heard for whatever it is. If we're looking to express ourselves artistically, if we're looking to express ourselves in a moment, rather than be shut down by a past trauma or experience, right? You need to be aware of these things. Well, how come when I stretch and I do my warm-ups and I am really working on my voice itself, like the body aspect, I really got it, there's not any tension, but then the minute something comes into my awareness, it will shift and it will not be what I really need it to be in that moment. That's where the mind comes in. That's where the work comes in with respect to knowing really who you are, the good, bad, the ugly, the beautiful, unique, wonderful self that you are. And learning to trust that that is going to be enough and more than enough to carry your voice and all of its beautiful worth. So when we work on our mind and our state of being, so to speak, we also then get into another aspect, which is our spirit. Now, I don't want to get too into the woo, although I am personally connected to that with respect to chakra work, physical body centers. There are reasons that this, not theology, but spiritual understanding evolved over time. And it's because we had physical proof of these emotional states living in our body. So our mind, it's the psychosomatic connection that we're working with, okay? Yeah, you can do all the technique stuff in the world, and then when you get up in front of people, something happens. And you lock up and you freeze. Or for some reason, today, you're choked up. What the heck is that about, right? That's the other part of the work. That's the other part of the awareness that you need to have in order to move past these blocks, these things that are keeping you from accessing your true, authentic voice. So, we work through the mind. We work through how it shows up in the body. We work through how it shows up spiritually. This is also a piece of who we are in our inherent being beyond the mind piece. And this is, again, it can be your connection to whatever higher power you have, your God, your sense of the universe, your place within the universe or God's great plan, however you want to look at it. And then how that connects to the collective. If we are feeling disconnected from all things, we very often will feel that we are unworthy, that we do not have capacity. But if you bring awareness to this sort of spiritual neglect, then you can do something about it, right? And so our stories and the creation of who we are in this moment right now, from everything leading up to now, is an important part of what needs work when we're looking to access our true and authentic voice. I personally have a lot of experience with technical singing. I'd like to think that I bring a piece of myself to everything that I perform. But I gotta tell you, I've lived quite a while on this earth at this point, and I would say more than half of it, definitely more than half of it, gosh, 2/3 of it, I spent worrying about what my voice was going to mean for other people. And I have grown in a way to understand that it doesn't have to mean anything for anyone other than me. And when I can live in that, that's when I can truly express myself and I can bring my authentic and unique vocal sound to the forefront with freedom, with artistry, and with love. And so I hope you can see how these three are connected and how important they are to develop alongside of each other. But the first thing that you need in order to access that voice that you know that you have is awareness. Well, that's it for today. And I hope that you will join me in future lives and that we can have greater discussion on what it is I am bringing forward with my programs and offerings. And I want you to know that it's all in service to who I used to be and who I see in you and all of your potential. I am blessed to have this opportunity, and I will not squander it. And I will not give up, because our collective voice is the most beautiful sound. On Earth. See you next time. And just remember, please, just sing. Because. And there isn't any other reason that you need. Have a great week.